This is the cosmic forecast for May of 2025. This is a month in which all will feel inner stirrings. There are flurries of changes that are floating in the environment, and all have the element of apprehension as we begin to see the alterations in our realities. It truly is too early to determine just how all these changes are going to impact our individual lives, so the wisest, though not the easiest action, is to take no action at present. Those who react too early will be prone to make mistakes, so be cautious as to decisions that are made this month. Make sure they can be reversed without too much embarrassment. This is a time of planting seeds, not transplanting plants. This refers to major changes in life, as well as the flowers and other ornamentals. This is a month in which new rhythms are being created, new directions sought, and new philosophies expanded. A time of growth, and one in which many will find they have made false starts and have gone back to square one several times. There's nothing wrong with false starts, for they help in establishing the best directions for time present. Best to put plans down on paper, for often what gets left in the ether can dissipate and leave holes in your plans. Lists made, inspirations committed to reality, will find their way to completion in their own time, but they will finally come to completion. This is a time of planning and dreaming, of making promises to the universe of changes and directions, once only figments of your imagination coming into reality at last. Anchoring those elements into physical reality by committing them to pen and paper assures that they will come to completion, though the time frame for that is often greater than one would imagine. Don't use the computer for this, for physically putting it down on paper is really very, very important. The pace of life is shifting, and those who seek a new normal will have quite a wait, for most elements of life are finding that this is not in the plan book for the near future, or even the distant future as far as that goes. There's going to be massive reorganization going on worldwide, and it will filter down and impact each individual, requiring everyone to find new balance in a world that will often feel very much out of balance. This is a time in which taking care of details closer to home is the wisest choice for those you have a modicum of control over. There's going to be a massive upheaval in the physical, psychological, and consciousness levels. So as the changes take place, wait and watch. Try not to draw conclusions until there is a steadier energetic within the whole. Overreaction before its time is a danger that many will fall into, and that can cause dangerous behavior that could involve large gatherings to spin out of control. This is indeed a time of wait and see, and it will go on for several months yet to come. Areas long ignored and left without proper attention are going to start to show their ages, and there will be breakdowns that can be dangerous. Already there are signs of this with the airlines and airports, with many more yet to come. Watch also bridges and dams, as they also have been put to the end of the line for repair and maintenance. Earthquakes will become more frequent, and their intensity will increase as the time stretches before us. For this summer, it is recommended that you stay closer to home and avoid long-distance travel as much as possible. Hurricanes, tsunamis, tornadoes, and monsoons will all be more frequent and more intensive. Populations are being relocated and boundaries are shifted. Watch for countries and some states to move to shift their boundaries to adjust for the changes in population. There will be mergings as well as similar belief systems call for change. Areas that have had experimentation facilities will find that many will be shut down, causing large numbers of individuals to seek other forms of employment. As the summer approaches, there will be many programs of unusual nature that will come to the light as they are eliminated and shut down. Several of these will cause a bit of an uproar as the population lets their displeasure be known as to the waste that has been expanded. For a while, the new pope will more or less follow the last pope's programs, but with the new year there will be many changes and may surprise many. There's going to be a release of some of the history that has been held back about the papacy that will surprise many and will alter the history books for sure. Several of the old school organizations and families will have to seek the shadows as material is released as to the long-term plans they have all been working with. The history they have been working towards has just taken a detour that will change much of their projected futures and may well put some of them away for a long time. Those who have more or less felt untouchable will find themselves very touchable and with no way out of prosecution, and perhaps even more. Focus within the U.S. is going to change as well. Areas that have been the focus to generations are now losing their luster, and new areas are finding the spotlight falling upon them. Both New York City and California have fallen from favor, and new areas are becoming the target for celebrations. Florida, Texas, Tennessee, and Alaska are starting to get an increase in the flow of tourism. There is also a decrease in the desire to visit overseas for fear of the difficulties that are breaking out all over the world. There is even some concern over the 2026 Olympics and its location, though those are just talks, whispers at this particular moment, but watch for them to become more vocal as the year draws to a close. Nikola Tesla is going to be a focus again as the mystery of his lost trunks, 20 of them, come to the fore once more. His technology is now being used in many projects that are currently being brought to the attention of many. Most importantly, his death ray, which was thought to be a laser-like force that could explode munitions aboard planes. It appears that the U.S. government has just brought out a similar weapon that is currently being used. It will be interesting to see what other new materials are brought forth in the near future, for his work was quite ahead of its time, and its time seems to be now. The end of May and the beginning of June will be good times to watch the sky for shooting stars. Some of the material that you'll see streaking across the skies will be space junk, but it will be pretty nonetheless. A great deal of what is out there is drifting back into our atmosphere and is making its way into our vision. It will flare out when it gets low enough, but all in all, that's not a bad way to get rid of useless, outwasted garbage.